I sure am glad they did not have this lineup of animatronics last year, or I would have gone broke buying them all for my own display. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mike from Happy Haunting, and today we're going to be taking a look at Spirit's Carnevil lineup. So I know they have announced that theme for a couple of weeks now, but it looks like they've got the actual animatronics on their website now for us to take a look at. So let's dive right in and see what sort of danger lurks in their Carnevil. Here we have SpiritHalloween.com, free shipping on orders over $40, and you know if you're buying any of those animatronics, it's going to be over $40, so free shipping at least, all right. Enter if you dare. Let's go ahead and watch their intro video and see what we think. The Carnevil cast revealed.
My friends are going to show you a scary good time. You caught my eye. Step right up. Come on, come on. Welcome to the Carnevil. Attention all kiddos! I found a lost parent.
With this ring.
I do.
Strange that you and I have never spoken on the phone. This is long overdue.
Oh my gosh, I'm very excited. I love I saw the Michael Myers there and the ghost face. I know the main theme here is Carnival, so we're thinking clowns and whatnot, but there's a lot of different aspects that they've got going on in their Carnival. But I was excited particularly for those movie horror characters that I was interested in doing this year. So I guess let's just go ahead and click on the world famous entertainers one at a time and see what we have to see. So we have a 6'2" deluxe ghost face animatronic, and it looked like he had his head tilting. Was there another video here for us to watch? All right, they have lots of pictures here, but it doesn't really. I don't see any videos, so maybe one of these up here was. No, but we get the gist of it from the photos here. There's something, though, that looks a little off, honestly. He doesn't look to me like the ghost face that I grew up with in the 90s, but I guess that he might be more in the new vein of the rebooted ghost face. So he is 6'2", head tilting motion and an arm that stabs and jabs his weapon in a frenzied motion. Very interesting. All right, we also have Emily, the corpse bride. She has a video.
With this candle, I will light your way in darkness. With this ring, I ask you to be mine.
You kept your promise. You set me free. Now I can do the same for you.
All right, how old is the corpse bride? I'm not really sure. I know I've seen the movie, but honestly, I don't really remember much of it. So I'm not too excited. I love the motion in those figures, though. They had the head that moved around, the eyes, the eyelids blinked a little bit. However, I didn't see any mouth movement, which to me kind of ruins the entire effect. Why even have voices if you're not going to have a mouth moving? Here's Victor. He looks very dapper. I like, again, the idea of the characters. It's not something I'd want to put in my display, but heck, if that's your thing, let me know all about it. All right, we have Art the Clown from Terrifier, which we are seeing on the Party Cities website as well. So it's interesting that they're both doing one. I think that might be because there's a new movie that came out or coming out. Honestly, I didn't like the first one, so I'm not really interested in this, but he does look pretty scary. Let's watch the video. Okay, so there wasn't a whole lot to that. He just squeaks the horn. Let's go ahead and look at the description a little bit. So he is 6 feet 2 inches tall and plays a melody of horn-blowing sounds as he comes to life. The head and torso of this lifelike animatronic feature left and right movements, and the head includes a pair of removable flower sunglasses, just like Art has on the big screen. Watch in fear as he beckons you with his waving left hand motion, and be wary not to fall for any of his torturous tricks. All right, so well, I don't know. Does it give a price yet? I don't know how much he's going to be, but I feel like he could be doing a little bit more. So don't know what the price point is, but is it worth it? I'm already a little skeptical. All right, we've got a new Michael Myers, definitely more based on the latest movies, as we can see through these couple of pictures here. I mean, I like the body shape. It looks pretty good. You know, I have seen some animatronics of Michael Myers that has that real bushy hair, because now that I'm looking for a Michael Myers myself, I'm seeing lots of scary looking ones in a bad way. This one's kind of scary, obviously in a good way. He's also 6'3", clothed in bloodied blue coveralls and a white mask. His head moves from side to side as his deeply unsettling eyes scan their surroundings for potential victims. His body moves slowly and methodically, refusing to rest. Clutched tightly in his hand is a blood-covered knife, which he moves up and down, preparing to plunge it into anyone who crosses his path. Okay, so again, just moving animatronics. On one hand, I like that there aren't the cheesy sound effects, hopefully, and I don't know if he's going to make... Michael Myers doesn't really talk in the movies, right? So I guess it would be weird if he had any sort of voice effects. All right, now let's get to these Carnevil attractions, and I think this is what I'm really excited about for this year. This Ringmaster. Man, I always wanted a Ringmaster. I actually wanted to be a Ringmaster for Halloween several years in a row. We saw him a little bit in that intro clip. It doesn't look like they've got a video for him yet, but I like that little walking stick. His body's kind of bulbous up top. Looks like he's a little, like a pudgy, stocky sort of man. So I like that. He's not just one of those pencil thin animatronics that you often see with the, got the legs usually that just don't show any body at all. He definitely feels more like a real person. And I'm looking at his shirt there. Oh, something's going on in his shirt. Oh, that's weird. So it looks like he's opening his shirt and you see some sort of skeleton coming through. Oh, wow, that's neat. Let's read the description. All right. He stands 7 feet tall. He introduces himself in a smooth yet thunderous voice to distract his victims, then tilts back his head while you get sucked into the dark magic emanating from his barrel chest. Enjoy the show because it'll probably be your last. But the scares don't end there. In fact, the show has just begun. Come one, come all, and step right up as the Ringmaster opens his arms, tilts his head back, moves his mouth, and projects a swirling soul on his chest to suck you in. Then you'll truly know his power and how evil he really is. Wow, I can't wait to see that one in person. That's going to be pretty impressive. All right, we've got Nibbles the Clown. And, all right, well, zooming in's not that great there, but it looks like he's just a creepy little clown with some candy there. Let's see the description. 6 foot tall, equipped with motion tracking sensor technology that allows him to spot and follow anyone in his field of view. That's an interesting idea. If it feels like he's really watching you, perhaps he is. In addition to a moving head, Nibbles the Clown features a moving right arm and mouth. When Nibbles begins speaking over haunted carnival music, oh, you know how I don't like that. Just leave the carnival music out. Just let him have his own voice. You'll feel the full impact of his menacing presence. All right. Oh, it actually tells you what kind of sayings he has too. Let's just read one. I see you. You can't escape my gaze, so why don't you come a little closer and let's play a game? Hee hee. If you win, you'll get a prize. If you lose, well, don't say I didn't warn you. Hee hee. All right. So a couple of different phrases there. I really, really like the idea of the eyes following someone. That is such a good idea. Again, can't wait to go to Spirit now and see how that is in person. Bobby Strings. This is kind of creepy looking. A little puppet on a stand. So I like the idea of this too, but he's going to need some sort of background. Just having him there on his own is going to look a little strange. Like he needs a puppet master or, be on a stage or something. But him by himself like this looks a little weird. I am interested to see what he does. Let's go ahead and read. Oh wow, he's 7'7" tall, but I think that's probably because you got the pole in this top thing, right? He features arms and legs that extend out to 8 inches and move up and down just like he were being controlled by a puppet master. See him in action as his eyes light up. He awakens and he begins to taunt you with one of 6 chilling phrases. Okay, so he moves his arms up and down. Not very exciting offhand. Let's read one of the phrases. Who's the puppet and who pulls their strings? We'll soon find out when you are asleep tonight. Giggle. Layered demon voice added, I found some scissors to cut me down from here, and then I'll string you up in my place. Why, it's as simple as that. We'll have so much fun together. At least I will. With a cackling laugh. All right, I like the demon aspect, but again, it's going to look a little strange on his own. All right, love this offhand. All right, we have a 6-foot Barnaby the Bear animatronic. So look at some of these. We've got a bear balancing on the ball. It's a little disappointing that you can see the pole that's holding the bear's body up. Like I wish they could have incorporated that within the legs, but I think they've cheaped out a little bit on that. And we really need a way to cover these bases so they're not quite as visible. All right. Like why couldn't they put them on a box? A ball on a box. A bear on a ball on a box. All right. So he's 6 feet tall, gracefully balancing on top of his ball with precise side-to-side movements. His bright red LED light-up eyes pierce through the crowd as he roars and growls at any hecklers. All right, I don't generally love red light-up eyes. I guess they kind of work with the bear, though. I'm not too disappointed in that. Get ready to witness the circus performance of a lifetime, blah, blah, blah. So he just kind of wobbles back and forth, I guess. I don't see any phrases listed here, but he growls at people. That would be great with a little Ringmaster by him, maybe the clown over there on the side. I like where they're going with that, but this guy is equally awesome. Last year, when I did my carnival theme, I had a cotton candy girl that was spinning around with a little evil clown behind her. So I love the clown and cotton candy victim aesthetic. Let's watch the video.
Yum, yum, yum! Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's not. One thing I'll tell you though, it'll do more than rot your teeth out.
Okay, not bad. I love the scary looking face coming out of the cotton candy. And his face too is equally creepy. It looks like it's like melting off. Maybe it's kind of like cotton candy when it gets wet and it kind of melts all down. That's exactly what he looks like. All right, what does it say here? 6'2", Cotton Candy Dan features glowing red LED eyes, a cotton candy bucket that features a shocking pop-up head, moving hands, and eerie carnival music. They gotta get rid of that eerie carnival music. It's not eerie, it's irritating. And laughter. All right, so some other phrases. It looks like he's got four phrases and then some carnival music. We already heard one. Let's see what another one says. Get your cotton candy here. We've added some new ingredients. Crash, man wailing sounds. I think you're gonna like it. All right, well that's a little generic, but he is a great looking prop and would fit so well in a circus clown theme. All right, we've got some oddities and curiosities here. A Gravestone Ghoul. Let's watch the video. Okay, I do love zombies and graveyards. So he's $180. That's kind of high. I would almost prefer a more substantial animatronic than this. He's okay, but he doesn't do anything special, but just kind of like wobble around, right? And he's got the weird glowing eyes. But let's see, what does it say here? 3 feet of ghoulish terror, LED eyes, blah, 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 everything we just saw in the video. All right, let's move on. Night Terror. Oh, now see, this is the price point I like, $100. I have a very similar pumpkin man that we bought from Spirit. He was the, can't remember what he's called offhand, but let's go and watch this video and see what this guy does. All right, not as impressive as the pumpkin patch prowler that I have, who kind of moves all around and laughs. This guy, his head just sort of bobs forward and back, so not quite as impressive, but I love decorating with any sort of pumpkin men. This guy's got a very scary face. I think he would fit right in. But let's see what else. I'm pretty excited by this one. A 6-foot Wanda Webworth. So it is some sort of creepy mutant spider. Let's go ahead and not watch a video because there isn't one. But look how scary this is. So her legs almost look like they're daggers at the end right there, right? She's got glowing red eyes. Wow. Is it a spider? Well, it must be a spider, right? Webworth. And I love decorating with spiders because they're so scary. And this one is kind of terrifying looking. Wow, okay, that's scary. They always have to put one weird, wacky character in their lineups each year. I think this is the one for this year, but I kind of love it. It stands 6 feet tall, eight-legged beast, features a moving mouth and posable legs for a lifelike effect. Watch in fear as Wanda's front legs move up and down, and her goosebump-inducing eyes light up with red LED lights. As if you weren't scared enough, this creepy, crawly animatronic also hisses and plays spooky sounds. I don't need the spooky sounds. All right. So I like the idea of that. Here's the Creamator. $200, not a bad price point. I'm okay with that. Let's watch the video.
Cross the threshold where the dead walk free. Enter, and in the darkness you will find me.
All right. Well, $200 is not a bad price point if it actually does something interesting. This kind of looked like it didn't move. It was just kind of a motion or like a lighting effect. This says, the Creamator's flickering LED orange lights and fire crackling noises are so realistic that your guests will think they are his next meal. When he unleashes his holy flames, he does it with joy, laughing and cycling through 3 terrifying voice lines. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not sure how I would incorporate that into a display, but it's an interesting idea. If I could flesh it out more, like a whole fire scene or something, that would be awesome. Or I guess if you were doing like a devil theme or something, a hellscape, that would be interesting. A 7.9-foot Mack Straw animatronic. Here's the video. I've got to admit, I was expecting a little bit more from that. I was expecting that, oh, I didn't realize he was floating like that. That's interesting. I thought his head would like do something, like his face would get revealed or something, since he has that weird, happy-ish, smiling-looking face. I thought there would be something a little bit more sinister and terrifying behind it. He is almost 8 feet tall. It says, Mack Straw is a truly imposing figure. Watch in awe as his rotten head moves from side to side, flashing an unnaturally wide, toothy grin. Listen as he emits chilling laughter along with eerie wind and ominous crow sounds. Each time you cross his path, you'll be greeted with his tortured eyes and huge pitchfork. He's got a huge pitchfork, huh? Okay. Dark Princess probably doesn't want to see that. Let's see. Here we go. She's got some interesting pictures here. I like her weird melty face, and her wings are a little creepy with those strands hanging down. Let's see what it says. So 4.8 feet tall. See her tilting head with pop-up arms and wings come to life when activated as you're haunted by her ghostly whispers and screams once you add her to your home. All right, so I guess her arms will pop up and down with some screams. So not, I mean, that would be kind of cool in a graveyard, I guess, right? All right, Demonic Gatekeeper. Only 3.5 feet tall, though, for $200. So this better be interesting. Let's see.
This is the point of no return. Your cries and screams are futile.
All right, so it's a fogger for $200. What does it say about it? When activated, the sinister animatronic speaks 4 diabolical phrases and rises from 3.5 feet to 4.7. Watch as this demon's eyes light up with orange LED lights as he laughs evilly at his next victim. Let's see. And the best part, the demonic gatekeeper is compatible with our 400-watt fog machine, taking your hellish landscape to a horrifying new level. All right, so I like the idea of this. I don't think it's that impressive looking. He's got a creepy face, I'll give him that. But I don't think he's interesting enough. Giant Death Ray. Now this this is interesting offhand. I guess it kind of coordinates with that sort of Mars Attacks alien that they had last year. So let's see, what do they say about him? This dynamic animatronic stands 10 feet tall, so he's pretty big, and features servo motion technology inside his light-up head for realistic side-to-side movement. Once activated, white LED lights illuminate the torso and move their way up to the arms. You'll know Ray is coming when you hear his unsettling galactic noises. All right, so he's got some lights that'll do some fancy stuff, and his head will look like it is somewhat realistic. It's kind of hard to buy into the whole realism thing when they're standing on a big platform. They really should, if they sell something to help disguise that, it would really, I think, be a good seller. All right, so we got a blast from the past. We're not really going to take a in-depth look at this, but we've got the 3-headed dog Cerberus for $129. We have the twitching Banshee, which I've got to admit I'm not familiar with this one. That is a crazy, scary looking face. So, all right, wow, look at that. I got to see what it says. All right, so she's 6 feet tall. She screams at the top of her lungs as she moves her jaw and wildly twists at the waist. All right, her eyes alight with a fearful glow that will horrify even the bravest house guest. It is a very scary face. I am impressed. All right. And then we have the towering creepy clown, which I added to my display last year. And if you want to see him in action, make sure you check out my video walkthrough from last year, which I'll link in the description below. But we have most of our walkthroughs over the years listed in a playlist that you can check out if you like, because we do change up our display every year, and I can't wait to throw some new animatronics in the display. Not really sure I found anything from Spirit that I want for this year's display. Like I said, I wish I had it last year, but we'll see, who knows. I can't wait to see them in person. We will do another walkthrough and test them out with you in person, give you our live opinions, so stay tuned for that. Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you're interested in joining our Fright Club, be sure to check out a link to our Patreon page in the description below. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Till next time, take care, and happy haunting.